Hello, friends. Welcome to Take Two for this Wednesday, the 2nd of March, 2022, the first hump day of March. I'm Jeannie. I'm so glad you've decided to come along for the ride today. Well, I want to tell you a little story about an old acquaintance of mine named Dana. Well, that's what I'll call her, okay? Now, Dana is the type of person who likes to analyze just about everything you say, everything you do. She, when she was finishing high school and getting ready to go to college, she really wanted to major in psychology. Now, she didn't really get a chance to do a whole lot with that because she was dating a fellow who had enlisted in the military. So she did about a year of school, and then he was in the military, got transferred elsewhere. She ended up getting married to him and not finishing her college. But since that time, she's always taken an interest, and she's always done a lot of studying, especially now with the internet. She's done quite a bit and books and that sort of thing. But she analyzes just about everything. And I remember now that the years have passed and she has a young adult daughter. I ran into her young adult daughter not too long ago, and I said, "So, how's your mom?" And she said, "Oh, she's okay." And I said, "Is she still analyzing everything?" And she had to chuckle, and she said to me, "Do you know what happened to me?" She said, "We went out for ice cream the other day." She said, "Just kind of a mother-daughter thing. And I ordered Rocky Road." She said, and I never really had ordered Rocky Road before, but I thought it might be a different change of pace. She said, "So I ordered Rocky Road," and she said, and my mom looked me square in the eye, and she said, "Is this something happening in your life? Are you traveling a rocky road right now? Is that why you ordered that ice cream?" And I said, "Yeah, Dana, typical." Sometimes things that we do and say, of course, are a reflection of what we might be going through. And there are times where we make decisions about things based on our feelings, and maybe there's something going on in the different choices that we might make. Somebody who's very, very insecure might do something like go out of their way to constantly make sure their makeup is right and their clothing is perfect because that's a reflection of their insecurity and they want everybody to like them, or they may agree to anything anybody says for that same reason, or maybe they are going down a rocky road and they're making poor choices as a result of it. A lot of things in our lives mean other things, especially when we're having dreams. We could have a dream where we're running from something, for example, or we're being chased and we feel helpless, and that could be because maybe we're trapped in a helpless situation in life. Those things are very true. But after I was talking with her a little while, she said, "I had a talk with my mother about this finally." She said, "Now as a young adult, I thought it was time I told my mom that she's always over analyzing everything. And so I suggested that she see this movie that I saw, and maybe it might make a difference." And I said, "Well, what movie is that?" And she explained to me that the character in it was a whole lot like her mother, and she goes for analysis and this kind of thing. She said, maybe this will just open her eyes. So here's what ended up happening. Yesterday, I was on the phone with Dana after a very long time of not chatting with her. I said, "Hey, guess what? I ran into your daughter and we were having a talk and all that." And she said, "Yes." And I said, and she told me about that Rocky Road ice cream. And she started laughing and she said, "You know what?" She said, she suggested I watch this particular movie. And I said, "Yes." And she said, "And I did." And I said, "And?" She said, "Well, it's interesting because it really had a profound effect on me. And I realized how much I've been overanalyzing things." And I said, "Well, how so?" She said, "Well, the character was a lot like me, analyzing this, that, and the other. And, if I went out and bought a new hat, I'd say, oh, what does that hat mean? Why did I buy a hat? Do I need something covering me or this or that?" And she said, and the character in the movie was talking about a hat too, and how they'd done the same thing. And the psychologist, while analyzing this person, said something so profound, and it was this: sometimes a hat is just a hat. And she said, "Oh, I guess there are things that are just things. I've never liked the saying, it is what it is, because I think, what does that even mean? But after hearing this and hearing this, the hat is just a hat, I realize sometimes it just is what it is, and it doesn't have to mean anything deep. Sometimes it does mean something deep, but in a lot of cases, a hat is just a hat. Now, listen, you go out and be a blessing to somebody today, okay? You may end up being the only one who is. And if you know somebody who's deeply analyzing every single thing they do, you may want to encourage them to stop them in their tracks and remind them that sometimes a hat is just a hat. Hey, listen, don't forget to tune in to my radio program, Through the Eyes of a New York Woman. You can hear that every Saturday, 9 Eastern, 8 Central on ultimateoldiesradio.com. And then again at 4 Central, 5 Eastern on oldies700.com. That's oldies700.com. And you can hear that on Sundays on Oldie 700. And immediately following my program is On the Road with Chef Michael. Hey, one more thing. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, okay? If you haven't done so already, just go to YouTube and look me up, Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler. Hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. You'll be notified every time I am posting another Take Two. Give me a thumbs up. Make a little comment if you like. Be an encouragement to me. All right, you have a great, wonderful week. I will see you next week. I've got to go and get a new hat. I love you. Bye-bye.